Hey, good to see you, Lodi High class of 91. Been a while. Happy Martin Luther King Day today. Hopefully we're all reflecting and thinking about treating people not based on the color of their skin, but the content of their character. Hey, we have the privilege of having Genae Bene with us today. Genae, say hi to your classmates.
Hi guys. How is everybody?
Genae, I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, how is everybody?
Yeah, there you go. It's at some point maybe we'll have to go live with this and be able to have some straight interaction, but that's very kind of you to be reaching out that way. So how have you spent the off day today?
I visited some friends that I didn't get to see for the holidays, which was fun.
Very nice.
One of my friends that I've been friends with since I was in pre-K.
How about that? Nice.
Running around doing stuff. That's all.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you mentioned pre-K. Since you're one of the gals who weren't with us before Lodi High,
Right.
that might be a curious thing to go through in terms of thinking about, your journey going up to Lodi High. So with that in mind, we're going to do the old screen sharing here, hopefully to be able to get some pictures to jog your memories there. And we'll kind of let that guide the way here. So let's pray that my tech skills will come to fruition here and be able to give us some of that perspective. All right. All right. So are we seeing that shot there of you?
Yeah.
Oh boy, Genae, tell us what was going through this cute mind of yours here.
I have no idea. My mom used to pose us all kinds of ways.
Yeah. I gotta say, as a baby picture, you picture more of those shots as like the school photos, but mom maybe was before her time, giving you some of that stuff.
It was good. I gotta tell you, baby pictures are
Not too shabby. Well, hey, so while we're here, give us a little bit of a jog down memory lane as far as growing up in your family.
My family was very close knit
Right?
family, but they were a wild bunch. Everybody knows the Bennies were a little bit eclectic, but
Yeah.
all fun.
Well, hey, if you're gonna have the last name of Bene, which means good in Italian, you got to have some good in the process, huh?
Yeah, we always had a lot of fun all the time, no matter what was on. Everything was fun.
Nice.
Lots of parties, lots of good times.
Yeah. So give us kind of the rundown as far as where you grew up, kind of extended family, parents, all that jazz.
So I actually, when I was born, we lived in Saddlebrook. So
Okay.
dad is from Lodi. My mom is fake, and they got married. They had the kids and living in Saddlebrook, and then my dad and mom bought a house in Lodi when I was 4.
Okay.
So,
and as far as your parents' upbringing, were they both born here, or any? Obviously, your dad's got Italian in him. What about that as far as going back on that part of the family tree?
my dad was born in New Jersey. I think his parents were living in West Orange on a farm when he was born.
Wow, West Orange on a farm. How about that?
Yep. And they moved to, I believe it was Garfield. And then they settled in Lodi on Church Street. And the house that my dad still currently lives in was actually, my grandparents purchased that as a brand new build when the whole area was developed around 46. And we're the only family that's ever in that house.
How about that? Very cool.
And mom was born in Puerto Rico. She was born in Puerto Rico. And they came to United States when she was about 10 the first time. And I think they moved here permanently when she was 12. And they were hiding in Passaic. And she grew up in Passaic. Then she met my dad. They got married and they moved to Saddlebrook.
How about that? And so what's the short version of their connecting the Passaic Lodi connection there?
They used to hang out at all the same places, and they had a couple of them.
Yeah.
So they used to go to all the same dance places, and my dad saw her dancing one night, and he
Oh
told them,
boy.
"I'm gonna marry that woman," and they all,
Nice.
"Look at you."
Very cool.
Yep.
Now, as far as having both Puerto Rican and Italian culture in the house, what was that like growing up?
Well, that's probably where all the fun and parties came from.
Yeah, there you go. Right, a pretty good blend right there.
That is, yeah, it was a little crazy. Predominantly, most of my Italian relatives lived in New Jersey, and most of my Spanish relatives lived in New York and Florida. So,
Aha.
yeah, we grew up more Italian based. Even my
Yep.
mom learned how to cook Italian real well.
All right, there you go. Well, hey, yeah, when you got the Italian dad, that's
Yep.
it'd be hard not to have some of that going on as part of the regular routine.
Yeah. His mom taught
Yeah.
me to cook, and anybody who knows my mom, she was famous for her homemade strombolis.
Ooh, how about that?
Oh God, yeah, they were good.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm now 20 plus years down in Philly, and
Mhm.
Philly's got its share of of Italian heritage as well. But I gotta say, when my kids think of like bagels and and pizza or anything related to that, it's
Right.
always let's wait until we're going back to Lodi to get our fill.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, from a schooling standpoint, then, where did elementary and junior high take you?
We started I started school in Lodi when I was
Yep.
4, and I started at St. Francis de Sales.
Yep.
I went there for first, second. I did pre-K and kindergarten there, first, second, and third, and then I switched to St. Joe's in 4th grade and graduated there in 8th grade.
Got it. There you go. So that's the routines. So give us your sense of the the fact and fiction when it comes to the Catholic school experience. Any highs or lows jump out to you?
I had a good experience. Everything
Did
was
you? Great.
a lot different than public school because the classes were a lot smaller.
Yep.
Obviously, religion instead, and sometimes we don't have that many sports teams because there's not a large, you know, student population. But
Sure.
basketball, we had cheerleading. Did all the same things. Basically, it was just a little bit smaller groups of kids. The classes were a little bit tinier, so I kind of feel like you got to know people better.
Yeah.
But it was more close knit. It was small.
Right. And did you find from a friendship standpoint that you had enough going on in your school circles where you didn't have to necessarily scour the neighborhoods for the public school folk?
No, I mean we were. I used to hang out with the neighborhood kids as well, but yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
some of the people I
Nice.
stay with, I'm still friends with. So,
Yeah, that's great. That's
yeah,
not a given, so that's great to hear.
yeah.
Excellent. Well, hey, so that without further ado, let's take it now to Lodi High and look at this beauty.
Oh, look at that hair. My
Well,
God,
every time I get to the screen, I always think, I got to reach out to Aquanet to get a sponsorship for these videos.
on you. We got a lot of money back in the day. Holy cow. Whew.
Yeah, I was having my daughter see these hairstyles in my yearbooks. She's an aspiring cosmetologist, so she's like, "Oh boy, talk about investing in hairspray."
Yeah, well, I mean, I do have the naturally curly hair, so I didn't use quite as much as everybody else had to.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Roll with it, huh?
Or we-
Anything jump out to you as you read the some of your comments below there?
It's pretty accurate, my comments. And my BF Melissa is still in the picture.
How cool is that?
Yeah, yeah. Very cool. We've been friends for a very, very, very long time.
Right. Well, and gosh, from Ringwood to Wayne, you're not talking a long ways away, huh?
No, she's like 20 minutes from me.
Yeah.
Reason.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
So as well, we'll talk some more about it later, but yeah, I'd be curious to get a sense of kind of how your friendship has evolved, reflecting back in the high school years versus what it looks like now.
I mean, it's different now
Yeah,
because we all have families, and
sure.
jobs and responsibilities. We're not spending all day long together in school
Right.
and then going out and having fun. But honestly, like I could not see some of my friends for weeks or months or sometimes even a year or two. And it's like you meet up and it's like you're right back in where you left off. Nothing,
Right.
nothing.
That's a beautiful thing.
It is. It's great, actually.
Mm. Excellent. So, anything else jump out to you as you read a little trip down memory lane here?
No, it's pretty accurate. Everything is
Nice.
still the same. I love my beach. I love the sun. Uh, love my family. I'm trying to see. I
Hey,
gotta figure
Jersey
that.
girl, you're checking off all the boxes, huh?
Uh-huh. Yep. Wow.
Now, when have you shown this picture to any current colleagues of yours who wouldn't have known you 30 years ago?
Oh yeah. Well, my parents still have this hanging up in their living room. So I had right. Oh, I guess it was right before. Well, no, it was during COVID when everybody was being told, oh, you guys can hang out outside. Some of my current work colleagues came to my parents' house. We decided to have like a jacuzzi day because my parents have a jacuzzi. So we
Nice.
party in the backyard where everybody could be outside and not be on top of each other. And
Right.
obviously use the bathroom at some point. And they're like, oh my God, look at the pictures.
Hey, it's nice to be comfortable on your skin, and it wouldn't be a partially Italian home without having a little shrine to the kids. So that's just how they roll.
She's got them all up there from communion to like, oh, we got to get some new pictures there.
Oh boy, we have our oldest is graduating this June, so Sandy and I are literally taking 10 minutes every night to like scroll through all the online pictures to think about the slideshow and all that. And
Oh, how nice.
it's I think I reflect on this every time I do an interview. A wise mom once said, the days are long and the years are short, and so how do you capture them in a way that you're really kind of living in the moment?
Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah.
well, let's move on here and let's get a little bit of the extended friend
Oh boy.
picture. How about that? Obviously next to Melissa, which makes sense.
Yep.
Any memories from either this shot or anything else going on with the extended friend network at Lodi?
Wow. I mean, it's so funny because predominantly most of these people were like friends on Facebook,
Yeah,
able to keep in touch with a lot of people.
yeah,
That's so funny. Wow. I remember this picture.
pretty wild, huh?
It is crazy. That's crazy. Wow. I just can't. Like I remember, but now you look back and you're like, oh my God, what were we thinking?
Right, I know. It's a little humbling that way, right?
Oh my goodness. Oh boy.
So, hey, obviously, who else is going to get the best friend award other than you two?
Oh, that is so funny. And we had the we had matching outfits on that day too.
That was my question. So
Yep.
surely that was planned, yeah?
Yep. And they were both
I
on
figure.
the same outfit in two different colors. So I was like, we totally have to wear these.
It was meant to be.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Dom getting in on the action.
There he is. Look at him.
Now, was he the one volunteering you guys to join him in his little moment of glory, or what?
Yeah, sort of.
Hmm.
Because we were all like hanging out. We were just like, just going with it.
Right.
The pictures taken. So we were just like winging it.
There you go. If the shoe fits, let it be. So how about this? This is capturing the moment that you were announced as the homecoming queen.
Oh my goodness. I forgot about that picture. Wow. I haven't seen it.
So from the looks of it, looks like Melissa, Maria, and Audrey were very gracious in their support, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
No juicy reality TV moments or behind the scenes that are worth treading lightly, huh?
No, none of that.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it, and certainly that those smiles come across in these photos as doing your thing.
Oh, it was so cool.
Any other memories of, just kind of the experience itself, either, on
It,
this day or otherwise?
it was a very cool experience. I'm happy that I
Yeah.
got experience that in high school. Like, I know a lot of people don't like high school, but I feel like I had a really great experience in high school. And I met a lot
Mm.
that I'm still happy to call friends today.
Yeah, that's right. We all got our skeletons or junk in the trunk of different sorts, but hey, when you can appreciate the relationships that are in your life, as a financial advisor, we tell folks all the time that if you measure life in terms of who than you do in terms of what, you're going to
Yep.
be in better shape, in terms of realizing where it's at.
Yeah. Yes. And
Yeah.
so many wonderful groups of friends that I've made through the years from different jobs and different areas. Even in California, I lived in California for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm curious to get to that after in a little bit as to your journey out there and your journey back. So let's hang on to that for a sec, and we'll be curious to hear that story. So look at this great shot of the four of you, huh?
It's a lot of hair in that picture. My God.
So, I meant to ask Marie and Audrey, they've been interviewed, and Melissa's hopefully in the on deck circle, actually a little tag team with Kev at some point. What was the temperature like that day? Do you remember?
Warm. No, I don't remember it being super warm because I think we had our jackets on like right till the last.
Right. I would figure that probably was what was going on.
Because I think that was like November. So
I was going to say those homecoming games are typically October, maybe early November. So yeah, that's not a given that you're going to be in bearable conditions.
No, definitely not. But I mean, I think it was chilly. I mean, definitely it's too chilly to be in like a strapless dress. Definitely.
Right. Yeah. So a great solo shot there, huh?
That necklace that was from the store that me and Melissa used to work at part-time at the mall.
Oh, I remember that actually.
The
I know. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How about? I didn't realize you worked there as well. Like tag teaming at times.
Yeah.
How about it? Surprise, surprise, I guess, huh?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I tell you that. Yeah, the yearbook staff was very generous with capturing the scenes, huh?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I know Maria is one of the editors, so yeah, I'm sure that helps the cause. But hey, you guys bring some light to the table. So
It was good. It was a good day. It was nice shots. Everything went well. It was nice.
yeah. Now, are you still able to rock the Queen wave or what?
Nah, I don't even think I think I just went like this the whole
That's all
time.
right. Yeah. You're doing more of the pledge, huh?
Yeah, I was just okay.
Well, there you go. A little smile and wave, folks. Smile and wave. Right on cue.
I was just like,
So, what was really cool? I had not realized you had National Honor Society. So you got the beauty and the brains going, huh?
thank you. Thank you very much. But yes, I was
Yeah.
excited.
Good for you. And what was your kind of academic journey like in terms of just kind of your general take on school from elementary through high school?
I really I mean I didn't struggle
Okay.
with there were some subjects that came easier than others.
Yeah.
Like history was so easy for me. I love history.
Really? How about that?
Loved it, loved it, loved it. And I think that that's what I liked a lot about Catholic school because we used to read a lot about the history of everything and
Neat.
everything kind of carried over. I started reading excessively after high school. I used to read, I know it sounds kooky, historical romances, but I love the history and how they would input it into the story with these fictional characters. And then it's
How about that?
read about. I'm like, oh my God, that did happen in that war because I loved history. So it was kind of like,
Yeah, now that's a fun fact. How about that?
And a lot of people are like, oh, you're going to read those smut novels, but to me it wasn't really about that. It was more like seeing how they created a fictional story based on true events.
Mm.
And just finding out little details and things like that. As a matter of fact, Melissa and we took a trip to England one year,
Mm.
and we just were hardcore hitting everything. We went on like this London on foot tour, and they're explaining to us about why there's so many bricked up windows, because there was a window tax. We were in the catacombs under was it St. Peter's Cathedral.
Yeah.
We jumped over some line in Buckingham Palace, and we went downstairs. We weren't supposed to be there. Look at everything.
Right.
Not at Buckingham Palace, I'm sorry, at Westminster Abbey.
At Westminster Abbey. Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, we were like hitting every spot we could think of, going on all these tours. They're telling us everything. We went to the Roman baths up in Bath, Stone.
Yeah.
I mean, it was such a cool trip.
Right on.
Learned was incredible, and we saw every single spot that Jack the Ripper went to.
Okay. Yeah, you got shout out to the true crime trajectory that you women sometimes like to go down, huh?
Realized that they took such good, like the photographs. They had period photographs there. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of them were extremely gross to look at, but
sure,
they're actually not bad quality from way back then.
How about it?
So, and it was kind of cool just to see, like, in the picture and in the background, you're seeing everything. It's a pretty wild trip, though.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's a great season of life to travel that way, when you're not bogged down big time with family or with, career stuff. So good for you. So that was basically shortly after high school then?
No. My job that I got after high school, I actually stayed with it for quite a number of years. So I had a lot of vacation. So I was able to travel. I used to go probably 3 times a year. I used to go on a big trip.
Very cool.
I mean, I've traveled a lot, not so much in Europe as much as in, more of the US, Caribbean,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I made sure that I planned everything accordingly, and that's what led us to, we started going to California on vacation.
Oh, okay. So that was part of the journey then.
Yeah, I went to California for Brooke Gasco's 21st birthday. Me, Melissa,
Yeah.
we were already 21, and then Brooke was 21.
Mm.
So
Got it. So that kind of planted the seed for you to consider a time out there.
Yeah, it did.
Very cool. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we're getting there. So I had to get at least one of the cheering shots in here. Yeah, I think this was one of the playoff games, if I recall.
Yep, we are wearing sweats, which means it was cold. So that was.
Well, and I got to say, forgive me, I realized after the fact, I think I totally missed the section of the yearbook where there's more of the the cheerleader specific groups going on. So this will be an incentive now for Melissa and Brooke in the on deck circle for me to go back there and have them kind of recollect. But as far as the cheer experience in general, any highs or lows that stand out?
I wish we would have been more into like the competitive cheering angle. I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't regret cheering. I loved it. I loved watching. I love being a part of that. I love being there with all the girls, and we had a ball. We had a blast. So
nice. So you felt like good camaraderie amongst the group?
Yeah, definitely. We all got along. We enjoyed like making the posters for all the pep rallies. That allowed me to do something a little bit artistic, at least with the cheering, because I love to draw.
Yeah.
So that was.
That's great.
The guys weren't as helpful with the painting.
Yeah. We guys, we sometimes are la testa dura, the hard heads out here. You remember this little jump rope experience?
Right. Wow. Yes, I do. I don't remember how I did in it though, but probably not that good. Maybe. Maybe. That was the jump rope for heart.
That's right.
Huh? Yep. I remember that.
So I didn't see any of the clubs that stood out other than cheering and the National Honor Society, but wasn't surprised to see this in the class won't section up top there.
Yep. Unfortunately, poor Kelly, she wasn't born in our year.
Yeah, that's right. Left behind, but thankfully now still in your neck of the woods, so you're able to make up for lost time then.
Yeah, and I was with her this weekend too.
Nice. Small world. So look at this lovely shot with the folks, huh?
That was great. Yes, we trying to remember where we were. We were at, I believe, an anniversary party down the shore
Okay.
for one of our.
Well, so how far back you thinking?
I'm gonna say that's probably somewhere around 2009.
Okay, got it. So
Maybe.
yeah, in the not so distant past then.
No, not super far. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
2010. I don't think it's much earlier or later than that.
Yeah. Well, since most of these remaining shots are going to be, a little bit more current, let's talk about, kind of your chapters after high school. Give us a sense of where you went, the California time, anything else that jumps out to you.
So I did a little bit. I went to school, and while I was in school, I started working full time as well,
Yep.
and started working in a bank, and I wound up doing their management program.
Okay.
So
And was the bank local to Lodi?
Yes. So it was originally First Fidelity Bank,
Yeah.
which became Wachovia Bank.
Oh, yeah. Got it. The one right there on Main Street then.
Yeah. So when it became
Okay.
bank, I went through their management program. So I got a certificate with them.
Okay.
I was in management with Wachovia, and then it switched to First Union, and
Yep.
ultimately at the tail end, right before I left, it went to Wells Fargo.
To
But
Wells, right.
yeah, for the bulk, it was Wachovia and First Union. So I was in management for probably 21 years with them.
How about it?
Yep. 21 years. And then I decided to take a break and go back to school.
Yeah.
And then I went right back into banking. Go figure.
So you had that 21-year period there. Where did Callie enter the mix right after that?
So I was still with Wachovia Bank when a management position at a bank in California, and decided to go out there.
Okay.
I went out there. I was out there for about a year, and it was a truly wonderful experience. I was living for a brief time in Sausalito. Then I moved into the city, and I wound up staying there the balance of my time in San Francisco. I was living down in the Fillmore section, like by Rita's. And what a beautiful city it was back then. I had a wonderful experience. I made some great friends that I still keep in touch with. That was about 2005. So I stayed out there for about a year, came back, went right back into the management at Wachovia.
Yeah.
Stayed there until 2015, where I took a small break, went back to do some schooling, and then right back into banking.
Okay. And as far as the time out there and then coming back home, was that just a matter of that was the nature of the the offer, or did you find yourself wanting to get back to Jersey?
My time out there, but I really missed everybody. So close connections with my friends and family, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go back home.
Yeah.
So I decided it was probably better off to come back, but it was honestly an experience I couldn't trade. So I mean,
right on.
By myself, kind of had to build a life from the ground up all by myself.
There you go. So spreading the wings is part of that experience then. Yeah.
I could do it, and I did.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
So let's see. From there, then that banking took you 20 years or so. I'm trying to think of
jobs in there, like part-time jobs on the side too.
Okay. Yeah.
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 So I was working full time in the bank from 19 through now.
Yeah,
And when I was still young, much younger and didn't require so much sleep, I did a lot of bartending at night. So that was super fun. It
got it. Right, there you go. So
was
taking
fun.
advantage of the of that youthful energy and vigor.
Well, I figured, you know what, if I'm gonna be hanging out with my friends, I might as well be behind the bar making the money.
Yeah, that's right. Make it a win-win experience. There you go.
Yeah, but that was fun, working in all different kinds of places, meeting different
Yeah,
kinds of people. It was very interesting.
yeah.
Uh,
And was a
and
lot of that bartending local?
some of it was, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Some of it was, at local restaurants that aren't unfortunately here anymore. I did some restaurants,
Yeah,
sports bars, things of that nature. When I was in
right.
California, working for a catering company, so I would do private parties in all the houses on the hill. So that was,
Okay.
yeah, just going into these huge mansions that were in the hills in Sausalito and whatnot. It was kind of
Mm,
cool. So that
yeah,
was,
lifestyles of the rich and famous, huh?
yeah, seriously. And you're like
Mm,
walking house, they hired you, so they don't really care what you're doing. So I'm just like,
right.
well,
Yeah, that's right.
great, okay.
Go with the flow, huh?
That's what I did. But that was
Mm,
a lot of fun though. Just that
yeah,
seeing all these different places and cities and stuff that a lot of people only see or hear about on TV.
right.
So that was really cool.
Yeah, kind of living the experience.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
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 So talk to obviously we're going to be getting to your animal rescue and that chapter of your life, right? Before we do that, give us a sense of kind of how your family connection has kind of changed through the years. I'm always curious as to when you think about how life was at home growing up, where it comes to values or politics or religion or just habits or things. Give me a sense of how similar and different kind of your family and personal life is today versus what it was like growing up.
It's honestly, it's not that different. Like I was
Okay.
close with my relatives. Like today, I was spending some time with friends that I haven't seen for the holidays. My father also came to join us, so
Yeah.
I still do a lot with my father.
Mm,
I a lot with my niece. We
yeah.
spend holidays together. A lot of our extended family is now either unfortunately gone or
Mm,
in a warmer climates and whatnot. But
yeah.
the relatives that are here, I spend all the holidays with them. So I mean, even though some things have changed, what we
Yeah.
were then we're still doing now.
Mm. Oh, that's great. And
It's-
yeah, you hope that's a short list when it comes to things that you definitely want to do differently than what you had growing up. So that's great to hear that you're not talking a radical transformation of how you're rolling in life these days.
no, no, I kind of took over most of the stuff, like
Mm,
uh, for the holidays. Like my mom always used certain things, and now all the cooking falls on me, which kind of sucks.
oh boy, right.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, those are some big shoes to fill. I hear you.
Yeah, they are. But my dad says I'm doing very well.
I see. Yeah, how convenient, Dad. You may as well talk it up.
Uh, I couldn't cook. He was like, "You got it nailed. Don't worry about it."
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I tell you, with with any recipe at your fingertips these days, there's
Mhm.
always a temptation to like stick with the classics and maybe try a little something different here and there.
Yep. I do both.
Nice.
I do the
Do you?
fun things, and I stick with the classics.
Yeah, yeah. My wife does the cooking during the week, and I like to be more adventurous during the weekends. And yeah, there's a place for the comfort stuff that you're familiar with,
Yep.
and a place to kind of plumb the depths of all the different things you have the ability to try and experiment and all that jazz.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, nice. um so you made reference to friendships, right, and how grateful you are that you're still maintaining a lot of them. Let's go there for a sec. Give me a sense of how similar and different some of those key relationships have been, and who you still keep in touch with and all that.
I still keep in touch with obviously Melissa,
Yeah,
Kelly, Brooke, Kevin, Vinny. Every now and then I'll even bump into Joe, Delamas,
yeah.
God, there's so many people I can't even think. Like
Mm,
that still have stayed in the state, like in New Jersey. Like we
yeah,
literally will all bump into each other. Uh,
right.
Jennifer DeRusso, her sister.
Yeah,
Um, oh goodness, even some of the lower classmen that I became
yeah,
friends. I didn't even might not have spoken to as much in high school, but now
right,
Christy Coleman, Stacey Tortorisi, like so many people, you know,
right.
that yeah, I still
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
that's great.
Uh yeah, no. We actually Danny Tulipano was interesting because we actually started in St. Francis together when we were a little tiny.
Yeah, okay.
Jamie Campisi too. We were in St. Joe's together. So that
Yeah, there you go.
them longer than most of the other people, even Melissa.
Right, right. You got some of those roots from the elementary experience.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. From a social media standpoint, obviously, Facebook is a place where, a lot of, as the teens say these days, that's where the old people now go when it comes to social media stuff. Any other places you find yourself active or kind of keeping up with folks, aside
Um,
from what you mentioned already?
for the most part, it's really just like Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
nice.
I'm never gonna get into the TikTok thing.
Yeah, you
I
know
just
what? It might be for the best, frankly. It's a buddy of mine at church who knows a lot about tech and about the permissions that we give these companies when we're on their platforms. Just has horror stories about exactly,
oh,
what you're giving up privacy wise, even when you're not on TikTok, in terms of what the Chinese government can do on your phone. So yeah, might be for the best. Maybe to just leave the cute dancing videos. Now there are a lot of cool pet videos out there, but you can get them elsewhere too. But you're
yeah.
living the dream anyway, actively. So
Yes.
uh, you don't necessarily need the videos to scratch that itch.
No, that started a while. I mean, I was always into animals.
Yeah,
Always, always had a house full of animals. We always had dogs, cats,
yeah.
birds, anything like that. And then back probably in the 2010 to 2012 area, really started looking into like pit bulls and things of that nature. And I started volunteering, walking the dogs. And then we got a pit bull and, training him and doing all kinds of things. And then I started rescuing a few of them,
Mm,
which was, it was a lot of work.
yeah.
So I started a not-for-profit back in 2000. Well, I started working with the dogs between, like I said, 2000 to 2012, 2010 to 2012. Started getting it together to do a not-for-profit around
Mm,
I got that created after I had taken in two pit bulls. And then around 2017, we made a switch as the organization started actually coming together, and we switched to feral cats and we would do occasional dogs.
yeah.
So what happened with that was most of the people that were involved in it were living in apartments, and it was very difficult to house the dogs in the apartments. So we were
Mm,
using a facility that was local, generalized to what the group I was working with, and they unfortunately closed the boarding facility. So we had to make a switch, but we still wanted to keep doing animals. So we switched
right.
over to cats, which, wow, that was a lot more in depth than I thought it was going to be. The cats,
Yeah.
one cat a week to in this past October, the rescue actually celebrated our 1,000th feral cats.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. So we
Very
actually
cool.
big gala for that. We were doing the cat rescue for 5 years, and yes, we celebrated our 1,000th animal.
Mm,
I was slightly impressed.
yeah, we've gone 4 for 4 with our cats as far as being rescues, and didn't really grow up with them much. My dad had a dog, and with his garden, yeah, he was very protective about not having the animals get in the way of the tomatoes and the zucchini and all. But Yeah, I gotta say they've grown on me in terms of despite the fact that they drive you nuts, and cats clearly have a mind of their own when it comes to how they roll. Um, they're very endearing when it comes to showing them some love, and sometimes getting it back.
So I did actually keep the first cat I ever rescued and the first pit bull
Yeah.
I rescued. I adopted them.
Mm,
They actually live with me now.
so cool. Well, with your permission, I'd love to put your website in the episode notes. That
Yeah.
way, the folks that watch this get a chance to see more of your story. And hey, you never know from a networking standpoint, how that stuff can, hopefully, be a service to people and animals out there.
Yeah, we are completely legit registered, not for profit 501c3.
Yeah.
Our status, our dominant focus is rehoming
Mm,
cats that need a home. We do not actively do TNR. We do partner with most of the TNR groups in the area that have a good network of doing the TNR. So once a lot of the places will contact us when they find friendly adults or kittens, and then we'll take it over from there. We do space permitting because we're foster based. We will take in owner surrenders, injured
yeah.
special needs animals.
Yeah.
But it is based on our foster availability. So
Yeah.
it's a tough road, but you know
Yeah.
what? It's so satisfying, the work, seeing these animals get homes and that they're safe, and we're helping with the population, and it's
Yeah.
awesome. It's a lot of hard work, but it's the best work I've ever done.
Labor of love, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. You know what? Can you remind me what TNR stands for?
Trap, neuter, return.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Or you would
Yeah.
yeah, we would they would control the feral cat colonies by getting and fixing them so that it kind of keeps
Right.
up the baby.
Yes. Yeah. So introduce us to this guy or gal here.
That's Boomer. That is the first pit
Mm,
dude, and he lives in my living room right now.
wow. How about it?
He's
And how does he get along with the kitties?
he's not crazy about them. We try to
Hmm.
peacefully coexist separate, but it is what it is. He's an old man.
Right.
He's 9. Set in his ways. He doesn't like them all jumping all over him. So we try to
Mm.
pace and let him do his old man.
Yeah, our oldest cat, Opie, definitely has that old man
Yeah.
thing going as well. So the struggle is real.
Oh yeah, and he's the sweetest dog I've ever had.
Yeah.
Benny.
Tell us about this shot.
This is my dad and my niece,
Yeah.
and
Ah, okay.
people in the world, and there they are.
Mm. What
Yeah.
was there an occasion here?
It was my dad's birthday.
Ah, neat.
Yeah.
And how far is dad from you today?
He's about 30 minutes away.
Okay, got it. Yeah, nice to be within striking distance, huh?
That's the local venue that's at the Crow's Nest, that picture.
Oh, is that right? Is that crow's nest still going?
It is. It is still
Is
going.
it? How
Yep.
about it? Look
Yeah.
at this little sun shining on you. At any occasion here?
We were doing something for work.
Aha.
Snapped a picture of me in the car, and I was like, "Don't do that." Some
So look, even when you surprise, you deliver quite well there.
I'm trying,
That's right. Hey, we're all trying. You know what? That's an excellent segue, actually, to now, talking about where the next, where most of us are on the cusp of turning 50.
Yeah.
And that obviously was one of the motivations for doing this kind of series. So what does it feel like thinking about 50 around the corner here, and where the next 50 years may lead you?
It's so weird because I don't feel like I'm 50.
Good for you. How about that? Details.
I don't know what it is. If it's just, I mean, yes, I keep myself busy with, I work full time. I have a
Yeah.
house, I have a family. I have the animal rescue, I still try to take care of my dad the best I can, try to schedule events with my friends and do stuff. I just feel like it's such a long time has passed and I don't feel like it's that long.
Wow. Hey, that's a great place to be, right?
Ah,
What do they say? Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah,
I guess I'm having fun.
that's a good sign. Yeah.
I mean, I
Uh,
like
from a health standpoint, you know, generally in good shape and all that.
well, I mean, I was a cheerleader and I did run track and I did
Yeah.
do and I was a dancer for like forever. So the knees are struggling.
Uh-huh. Yeah, my wife was a gymnast, so I know that routine.
So that's really the only thing um that is probably bothering me as I get older is my knees.
Mm,
Um,
got it.
and I'll be getting a knee replacement sometime soon, according to my doctor. But
Yeah,
what are you gonna do, right?
right. Yeah, first world problem, relatively speaking, I guess, right?
It's not so bad. I mean, other than
Yeah,
that, I mean, no real complaints besides,
yeah,
oh, you got to take blood
yeah,
every morning when you're 50. That's about it.
right. Well, so that's a good segue then to talking about, when you look ahead to, another 50 years, Lord willing, from a sense of where you see things going personally, professionally, anything like, really kind of jump out to you when it comes to the old bucket list?
Well, I mean, I would definitely like to get back to more traveling. It's a little bit difficult because of all the animals and the animal rescue and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I mean, professionally, I work for a great company and I'm very happy there. I have a supervisor position in one of the auditing departments,
Yeah.
and I don't plan on leaving the company. I'd like to grow with them. I have grown this far with them, and I'd like to stay there. Definitely want to travel. I definitely think, though, in the near future, I would love to either have my home somewhere warmer.
Aha. Yeah. I hear you.
Uh-huh.
Every winter, although it's been very, mild up here this time around, every winter, yeah, the thought of doing the snowboard routine sounds very cool.
The only other thing besides growth with my full-time employment is we are working feverishly to grow the rescue in hopes of having that self-sustain it and have its own facility at some point.
Oh, very cool.
That is definitely something that as a group we are all looking forward to growing it too, and honestly
Mm.
are probably more than halfway there.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Are you able to kind of properly organize your time such where you have many entrepreneurs who have the best of intentions and a big heart going after a goal or a passion, and then sometimes struggle with like wearing the multiple hats, right? What does that look like for you when it comes to kind of your time and energy going there versus elsewhere?
Well, fortunately, uh the lady that started the rescue with me
Yeah.
is now currently the director, Angela. I'm now the founder and the director of finances for the rescue. We approached it from a business aspect from the beginning because
Mm.
she has a huge history in animal care. That's most of her background, and I came from the banking background, but we both had the same goal. So right from the get-go, I mean, we never wanted to overload it or take on too much because we were trying to balance what's the right thing to do for the animals as opposed to how many animals we can take in. So that's where we really started networking with other groups, and where we came to be is we are that kind of, I don't want to say in between places, not really a good word for us, but we help where the TNR doesn't do what we do. We don't do
I
what
see. Yeah.
you build, this network of
Yeah.
everybody
A
helps.
complementary chain, so to speak. Right. Yeah.
So, and that's what has afforded us the opportunity to stabilize and grow because we
Mm.
are, we have our niche, and this is what we're focusing on to get to that next level so that we can help more animals.
Oh, that's super. Yeah, and it's yeah, having worked with lots of business owners in the past, yeah, knowing what you can do and kind of staying in your lane and then surrounding yourself with other people.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said about the wisdom of rolling with that kind of humility and passion together.
Yeah, we're all working toward the same goal. So, there's a large group of people that we network with that we have great relationships with, and we've just decided to, just all help each other.
That's great. Well, yeah, blessings as you continue down that path, and yeah, just cool to see. Growing a business or a nonprofit's often been likened to like raising a kid, right? You're kind of seeing the growing pains of the infancy and going through adolescence and kind of seeing it blossom and spread its wings. The analogy is often a good one.
I mean, it went from 3 of us originally to, I think there's like, between the adoption center partners and all the volunteers that do different aspects, they're in social media now, some are in animal care, some just do the animal fostering. I mean, there's probably in the better part of 30 of us at least. So people to 30. Now, unfortunately, not all 30 people will be able to foster animals. So that does limit us to the amount of animals we can foster. But just at 3 people, we didn't really know what we were doing. We're like trying to figure it out as we go along. And then we have an actual PetSmart adoption partner that we have
neat.
Cats at and everything. It's cool. It's very cool just to go from point A to point B and just see how much growth you've had and how much.
Yeah, that's right. There's always a story of the highs and lows that you got to navigate.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Well, hey, the way I typically wind down these interviews is the old billboard question.
Okay.
So since you mentioned the crow's nest, that's a good spot there, right? 46, 80, 17 all coming together. So Genae, if we got to put a billboard up today and you can give a message to your fellow classmates, give it a whirl. What do you think you'd want to say to them?
Wow. I don't know. I guess just, find what you love and do it. And that's
that's a good one. Love it. Yeah, at the end of the day, when you're in tune with what you love and you live with some passion and purpose,
you do.
Kind of makes the world go around. So that's a great one. Genae, this was excellent. So thanks so much for willing to share. My wife before I got on was like, it really takes some courage for your classmates to do this. But hopefully this is not too intimidating or you're too odd. This was great. So thank you so much for your willingness to share. And hopefully as this pandemic is in the rearview mirror here, we get a chance to do some reunion action the way that Melissa put together a while back.
Definitely. Yes, that is definitely hopefully high on the list.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, hey, have a fantastic 2023 and look forward to keeping the conversation going sometime soon.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad you're willing to step up and hopefully give a little encouragement and humor and perspective to our fellow classmates here.
Well, I hope I did.
All right, take care of those furries, huh?
I will. Thank you so much.
All right, you got it.
Take care.
See ya.